The real-life Philadelphia experiment, a Navy ship that time traveled? For decades, whispers of a top-secret naval experiment have circulated among conspiracy theorists and historians alike. A story so mind-bending, so unbelievable, that if it were true, it would change everything we know about science, time, and space. The claim? That in 1943, the U.S. Navy conducted an experiment that made an entire ship disappear, teleport, and possibly even travel through time. Some say the experiment ended in horror, with sailors fused into the metal of the ship itself. Others insist it's all a hoax. But what really happened in the so-called Philadelphia experiment? The origins of the Philadelphia experiment. The story begins during World War II, a time when military powers were desperately seeking technological advantages. According to the legend, the U.S. Navy was conducting secret tests at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard to create technology that could make ships invisible to enemy radar. The ship in question? The USS Eldridge, a newly commissioned destroyer escort. The experiment, supposedly based on the theories of none other than Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla, aimed to manipulate electromagnetic fields to bend light around the ship, rendering it undetectable. But what happened next goes beyond the realm of conventional science. The alleged experiment. On October 28, 1943, the USS Eldridge was fitted with powerful electromagnetic generators and large coils designed to distort the space-time continuum. According to various accounts, when the experiment was initiated, the ship began to shimmer, surrounded by a greenish-blue glow. Then, in a blinding flash of light, the USS Eldridge completely vanished from the Philadelphia harbor. But it didn't just disappear from sight. It was allegedly teleported over 200 miles away to Norfolk, Virginia. Witnesses claim to have seen the Eldridge reappear in Norfolk for several minutes before it vanished again, only to return to Philadelphia. The shocking aftermath. When the USS Eldridge finally rematerialized in Philadelphia, something had gone horribly wrong. The crew was in a state of absolute horror. Some sailors were found disoriented and suffering from severe nausea. Others had lost their minds, muttering incoherently about things no one could understand. But the most terrifying accounts suggest that several men were fused into the metal of the ship itself. Their bodies grotesquely merged with steel, as if they had been caught between two dimensions when the ship moved through space and time. Theories behind the experiment. There are many theories about what really happened that day. Some suggest that the Navy was testing an advanced cloaking device, not time travel or teleportation. Others argue that the Eldridge never disappeared at all, and that the story was fabricated as a mix of misunderstood degaussing technology used to prevent ships from triggering magnetic mines, and Cold War-era paranoia. But then there's the Einstein connection. The theory of unified field theory, which Einstein worked on but never completed, suggested that electromagnetism and gravity could be connected. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the Navy was attempting to exploit this theory to manipulate reality itself. The mysterious witness, Carlos Miguel Allende. One of the most infamous sources of the Philadelphia experiment story is Carlos Miguel Allende, also known as Carl Allen. In 1955, he sent letters to UFO researcher Morris K. Jessup, claiming he had first-hand knowledge of the experiment. He said he had been aboard a nearby ship and witnessed the USS Eldridge vanish and teleport. Allende's letters were filled with wild claims, suggesting that the government had covered up the experiment and that it had opened a door to another dimension. Jessup was intrigued but skeptical. However, his involvement in researching the case ended mysteriously when he was found dead in his car in an apparent suicide in 1959. Some believe he was silenced for knowing too much. Declassified documents and government denials. The U.S. Navy has denied that the Philadelphia experiment ever took place. Official records state that the USS Eldridge was never in Philadelphia on the alleged date of the experiment and that no such invisibility tests were ever conducted. Skeptics argue that the story was nothing more than science fiction fueled by Cold War paranoia. However, some declassified military documents suggest that experiments with electromagnetic fields and radar invisibility were indeed being explored during World War II? Could these real tests have inspired the legend of the Philadelphia experiment? Or was the Navy hiding something far more disturbing? The time travel and Montauk connection. Some theories go even further, claiming that the Philadelphia experiment was part of a larger, classified project connected to time travel and mind control. These ideas eventually evolved into what is now known as the Montauk Project, a rumored secret government program that supposedly continued experiments on time travel, teleportation, and psychological warfare in the 1980s. Some believe that the technology used in the Philadelphia experiment was later refined and applied to other covert operations. Could this explain why strange anomalies and disappearances still occur near former military test sites? Unexplained phenomena linked to the experiment. Beyond the claims of teleportation and time travel, other strange occurrences have been linked to the Philadelphia experiment. Some sailors who supposedly survived the experiment were said to suffer from the freeze, a terrifying condition where they would suddenly become immobile, as if frozen in time, only to return to normal minutes or hours later. Others reported experiencing bizarre hallucinations, memory loss, and even spontaneous combustion. There are also unconfirmed reports that secret experiments using similar technology continued long after World War II. Some even believe that the Philadelphia experiment accidentally opened a rift in time-space, which could explain the strange disappearances of ships and planes in the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Could the Philadelphia experiment be real? There is no concrete proof that the USS Eldridge ever teleported, traveled through time, or turned invisible. Yet the story refuses to die. Eyewitness accounts, government denials, and mysterious deaths surrounding the case all add fuel to the fire. If there is even a fraction of truth to the Philadelphia experiment, it suggests that we have barely scratched the surface of what is scientifically possible. Did the Navy stumble upon a technology so powerful it had to be covered up? Or is this just another case of conspiracy-fueled urban legend? The legacy of the Philadelphia experiment. The Philadelphia experiment remains one of the most compelling conspiracy theories of the 20th century. It has inspired countless books, documentaries, and even Hollywood films. The mystery endures because it taps into our deepest fears and curiosities. The possibility that governments hold knowledge beyond our comprehension, and that science has the potential to bend reality itself. Even if the experiment never happened, the fact that so many believe it did speaks volumes about our collective imagination and our distrust of official narratives. The question remains, if time travel, teleportation, or invisibility were discovered, would the government ever reveal it to the public? The truth may never be fully known, but one thing is certain. The Philadelphia experiment remains one of the most fascinating and chilling mysteries in modern history. Could time travel and teleportation exist in classified military projects? And if so, what else could governments be hiding from us? What do you think? Was the Philadelphia experiment a real top-secret project gone horribly wrong, or just another wartime hoax that spiraled out of control? Let us know your thoughts.